I am genuinely unsure. I don't know if this is a good idea to start with, but it is going to happen and we have no choice in the matter. Well, it may have been halted because of production and stuff like that right now, but it is inevitable, as Thanos would say. Ahsoka Tano is coming to live action. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. I think it's a character, and she's a character who, if you don't know, she was in Star Wars Clone Wars, then Rebels, and she is probably, in my opinion, one of the 2 or 3 best characters in all of Star Wars lore. I would even say top 5, including all extended universe stuff. For me, in my opinion, she is a really well fleshed out character. There's a lot of things to like about her as a person, really, and she has a very strong fan base, and I think that's a really, really great thing. But she has been cast for live action, and she's been cast, well, Rosario Dawson has been cast as Ahsoka. I see it a little bit. I see why they've cast her, because she looks a bit like Ahsoka. Not a ton, but there is resemblances there, especially Ahsoka from Rebels and later on, because the character is going to be in The Mandalorian Season 2, so I'm assuming it's probably going to be like a 40-year-old Ahsoka, maybe even older than the age Rosario Dawson is. But honestly, while I said I don't think this is a good idea to start with, and I don't think Ahsoka live action works in the same way Ahsoka works in animation. I really don't. She's an alien character, and there are a few aspects to her that I'm not sure would translate over perfectly. The thing is, if it could have been possible, I would have liked Ashley Eckstein to have been cast as Ahsoka live action. I think in the world we live in, that is super unrealistic, and that was just not going to happen because it just would have been called out for blackface, or more aptly brownface, and that would not have been allowed. Disney probably wouldn't have pushed forward with that, and I think that probably would have been a big stumbling block for her getting the role, because she is Ahsoka and Ahsoka is her. And I think this character coming to live action just isn't going to be the same without that voice, the voice that has been there for 10 years plus. And it's sort of like getting Leia, and obviously Carrie Fisher passed away. It's like just recasting her in Rise of Skywalker. Whatever you think about the film, they did a good job to try and cut scenes together. Well, I wouldn't say they did a good job. They did a job to try and cut scenes together from previous footage to make it so that she was involved in the film even though she wasn't, as opposed to just simply recasting her. And I think they chose to do that because the fans have such a tangible relationship with that character. And I think maybe they don't realize, and I hope they do, but maybe they don't realize how much fans love that character, and specifically, Ashley's portrayal of that in over a decade's worth of work. But I don't think Rosario Dawson is actually that good a cast. I mean, I think she's fine in this role. I think she's a very good actress. She's a good actress. I do. But if you don't know, Ahsoka Tano is not exactly, how do I say this? She ain't black? Yeah. I'm one to say this as well. Anyone can play anyone in most cases, unless it's super, super off and it can't happen. Anyone can play anyone. So I'm fine with this, but I just think that it's that scenario where we're in this world where you have to play the thing you are, and you can't play something else. That's sort of the way we've gone. And while I don't like that, it is the reality that we live in a lot of cases where, you're this race, so you can't play this, this, or this. You have to play this. You're this, so you can't play that, but you can play this because you're this. It's like with the Crazy Rich Asians, when that was getting made, they didn't want to cast non-Chinese people in the film because they weren't what the film was, because there were Korean actors who went for roles and didn't get them because they said, we're looking for Chinese actors for these roles. It's similar to that, where Ahsoka is actually a Indian character, and there's not that many of those anywhere. But I suppose the thing is, write your own, or write whatever story you want to write, and then try and make it. But Ahsoka is an Indian character. That's where George Lucas got the inspiration from the name from. It was from a king way back called Ashoka. And actually, Rosario Dawson in an interview referred to Ahsoka from the show as Ashoka, which confused me because either you don't know the character at all, and then someone just jumped in with the eggs are strong today. That's something. That's something. I mean, thanks. That was really useful bit of information there. Really useful bit of information there. Maybe someone farted. I don't know what just happened there. The point was, before that sort of semi-serious topic got thrown away with eggs. Wow. What a world. What a world. Quarantine life. Yeah. But, you know, that's where George Lucas got the inspiration from for the character, for the name specifically, was from Emperor Ashoka back in the day, very long time ago, great king of India. Because of that, specifically, I didn't love the character because, you know, she was of Indian origin, I guess, in terms of her name and a namesake and the way she looked. Because my favorite character by far is Luke Skywalker and Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn number 1, Luke Skywalker number 2, and then Ahsoka. But Ahsoka. I'm saying Ashoka because Rosario Dawson's saying Ashoka, and it's pissing me off because her name in the show is Ahsoka. She's never referred to as Ashoka. So, like, say the thing that's right for the show, not the thing you're doing, maybe to be culturally woke. I don't know. But, like, stick to your shit. But I thought this was probably going to be one of those where, wow, they're actually going to cast, like, maybe even a South Asian as this role. Because if you watch, you know, the show, Ahsoka Tano isn't exactly white, which was the problem which would have come with Ashley having the role, even though I think she would have been the perfect fit for it just because she voiced it for all those years and is the character. But I thought this was probably, in all likelihood, going to be a case where it's going to be some random unknown South Indian actress or even Indian actress who would get this role and become a star from it, because this is a star-making role. But by giving it to Rosario Dawson, it's like she's already like a super high-profile celebrity. So it's like, well, do what you want, Disney. I think you mucked up with this casting. Not necessarily in all ways, because there are a lot of fans who are clamoring for this. And I, in most cases, would be in that faction of saying, yeah, she's a great fit for the role. But you can't have it both ways, where there's a character who is this, and then when it fits you, you say, no, it has to be this way, and it has to be for this. And then when it doesn't fit you, you're like, no, you can't do that. So I don't know where I stand on this. There are apparently some trans allegations against Rosario Dawson, not her being trans. I mean, you know, that's... well, no. Her saying things that are transphobic, apparently. So she's sort of gotten a bit of fire for that, and that is not good. Not good at all. So, yeah, I don't really know why people keep on talking, but they will never stop, and that's just the way it is. I can't change that. It's non-stop, and one day, maybe, when you ask for just a second of silence, you get it. Or sometimes now I don't even ask for the silence. I just let it go. Just like the farts thing, just let the eggs go. Let it go. It doesn't even matter anymore. So yeah, I think this is a tough one to be put into live action, regardless of who was cast. It's going to be a very, very difficult thing for people to accept this version of the character, considering what Ashley did with the role for 10 years and the character that was built with Dave Filoni and the great work they did there. I would say the way, the way this was done with Ahsoka Tano, it's almost a bit like the way Harley Quinn became like this cultural figure from the Batman animated series moving forward, and then she became a comic book character. Like, she was an original character in the 90s for the TV show, and then she became like a stalwart character for over 2 decades now. And I think Ahsoka Tano is probably going to be one of those that sticks around for a while because she is so well crafted as a character. Some people don't like her, but I think most Star Wars fans have a real affinity towards her. And I think maybe putting her in live action might not be the best call. Just give her her own animated show. The way Rebels ended, she could have had her own animated show. I'm not going to say how Rebels ended, potentially. Well, not really. Then I've just spoiled something there. Okay, I'm not going to say anything else because people might choose to watch Rebels. Still prefer the Clone Wars. Rebels was still good. But, yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Haven't seen The Mandalorian yet, but when I care about something, I do, and I care about this particular character. Not that I care about Star Wars that much anymore, which is sad, but I care about this character. Right. Great. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Ahsoka Tano herself will come after you, alright? Man, you don't want that. She got 2 sabers. Sometimes she has 1, but she has 2 sabers. You don't want that. You really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. And I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been great. I'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, no one knows. It's just what it is. Okay, but I make a video every day. Been doing it for over 700 days. And I'm not stopping. Not stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. I know it's a lot. But I feel we can do it. Hopefully by the end of the year. Hopefully, maybe by the end of quarantine. Very unlikely. But you got to throw it out there, right? So I'll see you tomorrow because I will be here again with some more quality shitty content because I'm always here, never not here. Never not here for almost 700 days. Yeah. So I'll see you tomorrow because I will indeed still be here. Hopefully not being interrupted. But I'll see you tomorrow. And if you've watched this far, then you'll see me tomorrow. There we go. See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.